Hello there and welcome. Just trying to flip the screen around. Oops. Hey there, I'm still learning the technology. Hi Lisa, Parrish, I saw you joined as well. So if I don't know who you are, just let me know where you're calling from. Hey Lisa, great to see you again. Tell me where you're calling from, and if you are watching me on replay, a big welcome to you as well. And just remember, just because you're on replay doesn't mean you can't leave me some hearts or share my broadcast. I'd really appreciate that. Hey Parrish, who else is there? Oh, Lisa's back there too. So today I'm just talking about a subject. I just finished an amazing Branding with Archetypes VIP day. That's like my favorite work to do with my clients because we really help them to discover who they are at their core. And I got to thinking about a topic that's come up lately for me. It has a little bit to do with branding, and it has a lot to do with, originality and who you are. And the topic I want to talk about today is, yes, please blast me with some hearts. Thank you, Lisa. It's what happens when somebody copies you. This has happened to me an awful lot lately. Hi, Tracy. Great to see you. I loved your scope. It was great to see you. I left you lots of hearts. Today I'm talking about what happens when somebody copies you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nafissa. My company's Living Forward Business and Lifestyles, and what we are is an international business and success coaching company that's dedicated to helping entrepreneurs who want to grow, startups, and those transitioning out of their day job and that want to build a freedom-based business. We give them the tools, strategy, and step-by-step guidance to make that happen so that they can have a financially abundant business and so that they can build their wealth and create a luxuriously inspired life. I'm loving seeing all the hearts coming up. And today I'm talking about what to do when somebody copies you. It's a sore spot for me because it's happened to me a lot. Last year I had a logo, like an original logo design that was completely ripped off and stolen and ended up on PicMonkey. I've had some of my sales letters copied, my imagery being modeled. It happens a lot. I even recently, my event that I had in February, I've had somebody go and take that same name and same fonts. So it happens. Oh yeah, my logo was stolen and my designer made good. And at the end of the day, like when this stuff happens, you start to wonder how can this happen? How can people do this? And how do you respond? And yeah, exactly. Rob and duplicate does not mean copy and paste. Exactly. And the thing I want to talk a little bit about, there's a couple of elements to this. Like the first thing is, as Tracy pointed out when she's talking about Rob and duplicate, I love that because, when you think about work and original work, there's really not that much 100% original content out there. I mean, who you are, who I am, we're a representation of all the things that have inspired us, everything we've learned in our lives, all the stuff that's come into us, and we're an expression of everything, this beautiful conglomerate of everything that's made us who we are. So we're inspired by different things. But as we mature in business and as we mature as humans, we start to find our voice and our way. And if you think back to the beginning parts of your career when you're trying to find your way, you might have been modeling somebody else. And it's natural that somebody who's just starting out may want to model you because they're inspired by you. But if you think about the fact that it's not their voice, they're trying it on. They're trying on a different voice. And until they find their own way, that's why I love this branding work that I've been doing with my clients, and I was so inspired after it today to talk about it, is that if you think of a little kid, right? They idolize their mom or their big sister. Carla, I know you're not watching live, but if you come on replay, you've got your daughter that does that, right? And they put on their clothes. They want to be them. They want to model them. But at the same time, it doesn't fit. They don't walk properly. It's a little bit awkward. It's kind of cute, and you kind of know where they're going. And as that child grows up and matures, she's going to be a complete, she'll represent her mom. There's going to be things she still loves, but she's going to develop her own voice. And so I find, if somebody is modeling you or being inspired by you, it can be a little bit of a, I don't know, I guess like a pain in your side, or it can be annoying. I mean, they say flattery is the best compliment out there, but sometimes it's an annoying compliment. But I try to take it back in my stride and say, okay, well, I'm doing something right because people liked it. Now, there's a time, though, when you need to fiercely defend your intellectual property, like if somebody steals a logo. Or if, oh, and Kara's here, my IP attorney. You're joining in just as I'm talking about protecting. I gotta tell you guys, launch her, Kara, she just joined. She does all of my intellectual property work. She's amazing. She's registering my trademarks, and I'd be lost without her. And she just joined at the time I was about to say where I have had to send cease and desist letters out to people because they have copied word for word for word. Or if I am creating a body of work that I'm going to monetize, well, I'm going to protect that. That you want to make sure that you protect, because that's how you make your money, and you don't want somebody else to copy it, make money, or put a trademark in and prevent you from doing it. So you want to protect that. So there's times when you want to fiercely protect your intellectual property, and there's other times when you just have to realize that this person isn't necessarily stealing anything from you, but what they are is completely inspired by you, and they haven't found their own voice. And when that happens, where I go with myself and I try to remember is, okay, when I first started, like who inspired me? Who did I model? And what iterations did I go through till I found my own voice? And that's a really important step, and I would encourage you to do the same and look at what you're doing and think, well, who am I a composite of? Who did I, who inspired me to be who I am? And then ask yourself honestly, am I kind of doing that a little bit myself? Like, am I doing it? And so the best way for you also is to really be clear on your own voice, and that's what I did today with my client. We had a great time helping her discover her unique voice. Like, how does she stand out in a market that appears to be crowded without copying other people? And we went into tapping into what it was who she was from the time she was a child. And I do that with most of my clients when we do this work, because that's what makes them unique. And so the more you really tap into that place that you're unique, you tap into what you're brilliant at, that nobody else can be brilliant at. I like to say, don't try to differentiate yourself in the market, try to be unique. Because if you differentiate yourself, it gets into copying, it gets into competition. But when you really tap into that place inside of you that is so unique that nobody else can do it, it's not going to matter. And you're actually not going to care if people copy you, because they can't. It's like that little girl who puts on her mom's shoes. It's obvious she's wearing somebody else's clothes. So that's my tip for today. Yes, be your unique self. Thank you, Kara. That's my tip for today. I really appreciate all the hearts. Yes, absolutely, Tracy. Our brilliance is what makes us unique. And I think a lot of us, would you agree? Before I sign off, I was about to sign off. Now I'm going to keep talking. A lot of us sometimes forget that, and we forget just how brilliant we are and how unique we are. And we really need to be proud of that and share that and get on a rooftop and scream it out, because when you own that, nobody can copy you. They can't, because you're you. But that being said, when you create intellectual property that has value and is going to be monetized, well, then you need to contact Kara, because she'll make sure it's protected. Anyway, that's my little coffee talk for today. Even though I don't have coffee, I'm off now to go see my horse. My calls are done for the day, so I'm going to go visit my horse where he's on vacation for the summer, and I'll be back later. And again, don't forget on Monday to tune in to the Money Show. Carla is going to be with me. We're going to be in Arizona, and we have a really big announcement, and it's going to be exciting. So talk to you later. Thanks, guys.